Come back to Yirara.
Welcome to another edition of YSTEM Yirara, Science, Technology, Engineering and Maths. Hope you haven't lost your marbles during the break because you're going to need them for this next lesson.
Good afternoon, Mr. Jeremy here. Today we're going to be doing some engineering. We're going to be making our very own marble racetrack. So what you're going to need, we're going to need some materials for our racetrack, like this, bits of old metal, bits of old wood, whatever you can find around community. And we're going to need a ball or a marble, it could be a golf ball, it could be a tennis ball, whatever you can find. Let's go do it. Cyclone fence here, which you should have in community as well, and the way that we're attaching our different channels is just with this wire, and you should be able to find some snips at home as well, and it's just simply a matter of cutting the wire into nice short pieces like so, and then we thread it through. If we've got some holes in here like so. And if you don't have snips, it doesn't matter, you can just use your hands. Just be careful because it's a little bit sharp, and that's going to hold our channel nice and tight there for the marble.
Righto, so here's the marble run that we've prepared, and I'll just explain what we've found around community to build it. There's some different channel steel that we found that we use for lining walls. There's a bit of PVC drain pipe, there's a bit of angle steel, there's an old upright from a fence, bit more, well, looks like the ledge of a whiteboard. We got some C-purlin, we got a bit more of channel, a little bit more piping, looks like came from under your sink. We got a star dropper and some more C-channel. So see, you can use anything around community. Now, what we need to do is test whether our marble run works. I want to go inside too. Yay! What's happening? So, using the stopwatch on your telephone or somebody's telephone, get yourself coordinated, get yourself ready, and let's see how we go. Go! If we use a larger marble, do you think it will take less time or more time to get from the beginning to the end? Think about it. Large marble down the barrel into the C-channel. No. Let's try again. Large marble down the barrel.
Hey everyone, did you guys want to hear a joke? What wears glasses and is red all over? Miss Sandra's face when someone takes her parking spot.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I bet it's one of those new teachers again. I have to tell them all at the beginning of the year. That's my spot.
Anyways, let's get serious. Welcome. How was your weekend? We're getting into cooler weather now, so some of you guys better stay rugged up. What are some fun things you guys get up to when it gets cooler in the daytime? Mr. Dan's been keeping himself busy trying to play catch with all the kids here at school. Not working out too well. Anyway, wonder what we're going to be learning this week. Let's take a look. When the hour hand is pointing at the 2 and the minute hand is pointing at the 3, that's 2:15 or 2:15.
Hi, Miss Fleur. What do you spend money on?
Well, I spend money on buying groceries, buying teaching aids, and buying things for my children.
This week, in our Words of the Week, we are looking at the language of money. Now, our first word is the word currency. Currency is a large word that is used to describe not just the money of Australia, but money all over the world, because not all countries have the same type of money. Let us spell it. C-U-R-R-E-N-C-Y. Currency. Now, the next word is the word cents. In Australia, we've got many coins, but only a few represent cents. That'll be the 5, 10, 20, and 50 cent coins. Let's spell it. C-E-N-T-S. Cents. Our next word is the word dollar. In Australian currency, we have a 5, 10, 20, 50, and $100 notes. Let's spell it. D-O-L-L-A-R. Dollar.
Hello everybody, good to see you again. Today we're going to be talking about a topic that a lot of you guys will be familiar with, and that topic is money. I'm sure you guys get money, whether it's money to spend at the shops, buy some drinks. I'm sure most, if not all of you, have come in contact with money. And there's a few things that I want to teach you a little bit more about it to give you a better understanding. So the one thing is we're going to be looking at a word called currency. Now the word currency is just a very official name that means money. So if we use the word Australian currency, it means we're talking about Australian money. And so what does Australian money look like? I'm sure a lot of you guys might be familiar with this. You've got this note, which is the $100 note. I'll put them over here. We've got this one, which is our $20 note. Put them here. We've also got this one, which is our $5 note. And then we've got coins. We've got a lot of different coins. We've got this one, which is the smallest one. This is our 5 cent. Here. Then our next smallest one is going to be this one. This is our 10 cent coin. Then we've got this one here. This is our 20 cent coin. We've got a 50 cent coin, which is a bit bigger than the others. And then we get some gold coins. Does anyone remember what our 2 gold coins represent? You're right. $2 coin, which is the smaller one, and a $1 coin, which is the bigger one. We're going to be taking a bit more of a look at why it's important to know the difference between all the types of notes and coins we have in our Australian currency. Look forward to seeing you then.
Hello everyone. Hi, how are you all? Hello from Miss Lisa.
Hello from Miss Paula and hello from Miss Sharon. Guess where we are? We're in the hairdressers. Why are we here? Miss Sharon and I are looking like shaggy dogs. What do you think, Miss Paula?
Yeah, Sharon really needs to come back.
Look at all Miss Sharon's grey. My grey's coming back. We need you back to help out Miss Paula. We miss you so much. We don't know what to do. Miss Paula, you're about to be overrun with people wanting their hair done, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. I can't wait for you to come back so you can do the hair.
We need you back here. We can't wait for you to come back. But in the meantime, we want you to stay safe. We want you to be happy. Keep watching us all on Yirara2u. Make sure you answer the phone. We all love to have a chat. Send us through some photos. So until next time, see you everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Welcome back to a brand new episode of Health and Wellbeing with Mr. Zane and Mr. Liko. Let's head over to the woodwork room to see what we're up to today.
Oh, hey, it's good to see you there. Come over here and let's have a chat about what we did last time. Last time, we looked at some of the choices our students make back home in community. We looked at some of the good and the bad choices, and also how people can influence you into making these choices. Do you remember some of the clips from last time? Great. Let's go and see what Mr. Liko's up to in the science room.
Oh, hey, come on in. I'll explain to you the worksheet that we're doing today. We have created you a worksheet to complete to support your learning. This will help you understand how our everyday choices can impact our well-being. You can find this worksheet on page 10 of your Week 2 workbooks. Mr. Zane will now explain.
At the bottom of page 10, you will see a list of choices that you would make back home in community, but also here at school. Your job is to read through these choices and decide whether they fit into the good choices column or the bad choices column. Once you have completed this table, turn backwards to page 9 for your next worksheet.
On page 9, you will see the 4 different parts of our well-being: mental, social, physical, and emotional. Your job is to write down both the good and the bad choices from the table on page 10 into one of the boxes shown on page 9, relating to the different parts of our well-being. As you can see, we have already done the first one for you in each box to help you get started. Give it your best shot.
From today, we will be talking about and breaking down the individual parts of your well-being to help you understand things a little bit better. Today we will be talking about social well-being, what social well-being is, and showing you some situations at school that might help you to understand how the choices that you make have an impact on your social well-being. Let's take a look together. Social well-being is having good and positive relationships with other people, most importantly with your family and friends.
Hey Zane, come and sit with us.
So Mr. Liko, how does social well-being affect you?
Well, Mr. Zane, funny you say that. Social well-being affects us in many ways. This includes the way we live together, the way we talk to each other, and the way that we connect with each other. Mr. Zane, what are we going to do next?
Next time, we will continue to focus on the meaning of social well-being.
We will look at what social well-being looks like in our daily lives and how making good social choices can impact us. We look forward to seeing you next time. Stay tuned.
Hey guys, welcome to Yirara2u, episode 6, music edition. Today we're going to be learning how to build a thumb piano using rubbish. Let's go and have a look. Alright, so what we're going to need first, so an empty tin can like this. We need some glue. So I'm using a small thin piece of wood like this, which is, so that's 6 centimeters long, 3 centimeters wide. So we're going to put some glue on there. And see where the lines are on the can? You put this just right on those lines there. You've got to wait for that to dry before you can do the next part. You can find a small thin piece of wood, or like a stick or something from outside. That needs to be the same length as the bridge there, so 6 centimeters long that needs to be. So that needs to go on the top of the bridge. And then the other piece here needs to go on the bottom there, so there's a gap in between the two. Okay, so it should look like this. Now you leave that for 12 hours to dry. We'll come back and we'll do the next stage when that's dry.
Right guys, so we didn't quite have enough time to show you the entire building process for your thumb piano. So I'm just going to explain here what I've done. Now on your worksheet it says just to tape down the hairpins onto the side of the can. Now we tried that, but unfortunately it resulted in the pins not making any sound. So I thought to myself, we're probably going to have to make what is called a bridge, which is what guitars have on the body of the guitar, which holds the strings down. So what I did to make a bridge, I started by gluing a small piece of wood here, which is 6 centimeters long, 2 centimeters wide, onto the can. Now if you're using PVA glue, the white glue, you're going to have to hold that down and then leave it to dry for about maybe 6 hours, something like that. So when you come back to it, you need 3 small sticks, 6 centimeters long, so 1, 2, 3. Now 2 of those you glue down on top of the bridge there, 1 on the right side and 1 on the left side. And then with the pins here, you space them out so that they start off short on the sides and then they reach up to a point in the middle. So you can see that on this real thumb piano here. Okay, and what you need the other stick, the 3rd stick, and then another small flat piece of wood. So you can sort of clamp them together, glue them together inside those 2 pieces of wood. Now you can use like a popsicle stick or something like that, but it only has to be about 1 centimeter wide. It's very small, and yeah, 6 centimeters long. So when you've glued those in, when that's dry, you need to nail that down into the bridge in between those 2 sticks that are glued to the bridge. So 3 nails, okay? So bang those in, 1, 2, 3, 1 on this end, 1 in the middle and 1 on that end. And then your thumb piano is made. Now, it makes an interesting sound. Doesn't quite sound like the real one, but it's still quite a fun sound. And also, because it's a can, you can use it for other things too, like pencils. Well, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Welcome back, you mob. This week on Word of the Day, we will be looking at bush tucker. Our word of the day is
Chaba,
which is witchetty grub. So let's take a look at where we get the witchetty grub from. Chabas can be found in the roots of the witchetty bush, otherwise known as the acacia bush, or its scientific name, Acacia kempiana. So don't forget to practice saying
Chaba, meaning witchetty grub.
and we'll see you next time.
Bye. Chaba.
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 Welcome to today's art episode. We're going to be painting and drawing some cacti or some cactus, and it would be great if for this art lesson you could have a combination of different tools. So I have some watercolor paints here, but if you don't have any watercolor paints, you're more than welcome to just use color pencils, but it would also be great to also have maybe some different tools. So I've also got a black fine pen, but if you've just got a black ballpoint pen or perhaps a grey lead pencil, that would also work. So I'm just painting some cactus with lots and lots of water on my brush, and when I've done this, I'm just going to have a play around and experiment with the mark making. So once it's finished, it's really important to let that dry properly. Okay, I'm just experimenting now by using these tools to make different kinds of marks. So small marks, using my pen, lots of dots and dashes and circles, and lines. It would be really good if you could just have a spare sheet of paper just to play around as I'm doing, just making different kinds of marks with your pen. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my original drawing and add some marks. First of all, some lines in black pen, some little dashes, so this is where we can be really creative. You might want to try using different types of brushes, small brushes, flat brushes, to give you different size marks. You might find some tools in your kitchen, like forks, sponges. The end of a paintbrush sometimes is really good. I'm using the tip of my paintbrush because I have a really fine paintbrush, but the end of the paintbrush, like the way they make dots in those dot paintings, you might want to just use a combination of different marks. And a really light background colour to finish.
our literacy classes, we have been following the story of Elsa. Now, Elsa has a little brother called Olaf. For descriptive writing lessons, we will be following Olaf's story and saying goodbye to Elsa while she goes to visit her cousins. This is Olaf. He loves his community. Olaf has family that lives in the city, and they have never been to his community. Olaf wishes they could experience what it's like. Olaf has an idea. He is going to think of some words he could use to describe his community, so his friends can imagine what it is like.
Wow. Words of the week. Humid. Hue. Mid. Leafy. Leaf. E. Dusty. Dust. E. Dry. Dry. Windy. Wind. E. Salty. Salt. E.
Hello, you mom. As you can see, I am in a onesie. Not just any onesie. I'm in a unicorn onesie. And you might ask and wonder now, why is your teacher in a unicorn onesie? Besides the fact that I'm going crazy without you, Mob, here, I actually have a good reason for this. We're starting something new. Procedural writing, man, that is so last week. We are starting something brand new. It's called descriptive writing. Say that? Descriptive. What does that mean? Do you know what that means? You don't? Let me tell you all about it. Descriptive comes from the word describe. So, look at me. What am I wearing? I'm wearing a onesie. What color is my onesie? It's white. It is fluffy. It has a pink belly. I have a horn. 2 fluffy ears. What color is my horn? It is silver. I have a tail. What color is my tail? It is a pink tail. So, let's go over this again. A pink tail, a pink belly, silver horn, 2 small fluffy ears, a white fluffy onesie. Remember, describing words tells us more about a noun. Throughout this unit, we will be using 2 terms. Describing words and adjectives. Now, they mean exactly the same. So when Miss Deb or Miss Andrea talks about adjectives, they are talking about describing words. When I talk about describing words, it is the same as adjectives. Describing words and adjectives, they mean the same thing. Don't get confused. Bye-bye. See you next time.
Good morning.
Welcome back to Yirara.